Hey, Alan, we're here with John Butler of the John Butler Trio. Not the John Butler Quintet or
No, or duo.
duo. No, it's just
Or
John
not
Butler Trio.
Or not the non-Butler duo, but the John Butler Trio guy.
It's always been a trio, right?
It has.
But it's new players now in the trio, right?
Yeah. Yep.
What's up with that?
That's a great question. I like how that's phrased. What's up with that? What's up with that? It kind of took me by surprise. I recorded not the last album, but the album before that with my brother-in-law Nicky Bomba.
Right.
We always have had a great musical connection and chemistry. I took some time off, and I just wanted to get together and jam with Nicky and throw some songs at him and see what happened, because I was leaving it all up in the air. And me and Nicky got together, and it was fireworks, and it exploded. And it dawned on me very quickly that I needed to kind of see how far I could take that chemistry with Nicky and also do it live. So it quickly dawned on me that I had to make a new band, basically, and break my band up, which was a bit of a freak, because I haven't done that for about 5 years.
Right.
I did it once before, but yeah. So me and Nicky got together, and we found Byron Luders on bass, found the right kind of sweet spot between all of us. It was all about chemistry and kind of X Factor kind of stuff this time around, and yeah, we found something very special, and we recorded a great album.
And we'll get to the album in a second, but the thing that I noticed in this record from previous records is that the rhythm section is really driving this thing, like in a big way, whether it's Nicky's work or the bass player's work. I mean, it's really moving along on a lot of tracks, and it's really different from some of your other records, right?
Yeah. I guess. I mean, yeah. I think there's just more of a. I think everything's a bit more locked in, without saying things. I'm not saying anything was better,
Right.
or worse. But there definitely seems to be something that's kind of gone click,
Right.
this time, and so everything's a little bit more potent. It's like a 1-inch punch.
The album's called April Uprising. It's not due out till April. Is it on purpose that the record's called April? Now, there's some stuff that you were thinking about in April I guess last April, when all these changes came about, right, for the band and things that you were...
Well, April
what was going
Uprising is, I guess, two things. Firstly, and mostly, it's a metaphor for a whole kind of change that's kind of happened in my life over the last 3 years of having my second child, who's a boy. His name's Jolly, and really kind of made me step up to being a man. And I broke up my band in April.
Right.
And then I'm releasing this thing in April. And there's been like this revolution that's been happening in me, I guess, over the last 3 years, and kind of coming out of a cocoon, so to speak. So there's a whole uprising in itself there. But I got the name April Uprising from looking into my family tree with a TV program in Australia. We went back into my family tree and looked into my past, and I found out that my great-great-grandfather in Bulgaria fought in an uprising called the April Uprising in a town called Koprivnica in 1875.
Wow.
And yeah, so just learned about this kind of resistance, rebellious, revolutionary kind of past. And a lot of the stuff I had been writing for the album was of that vein already. And then I found out about that, and I broke up my band, and this whole kind of change. And April Uprising just kind of made perfect sense between starting a new band and releasing the album in April, and everything that's kind of happened. April Uprising is just this great kind of revolutionary metaphor for what's been going on in my world.
April Uprising features 15 tracks, which is a pretty robust selection of music.
It is, I guess. That's what I've been told nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, usually now I guess the standard's 10 or 12 tracks, right? But this is 15 tracks for a record. And the thing that got me is that it's a fairly eclectic mix of both styles and lyrics and everything else. Is it something that you consciously do when you sit down to write a record, or do you just, whatever comes out, comes out?
Well, there was definitely a conscious effort this time to make an album that was very focused and song-driven.
Right.
I guess as I go further down this road of being a musician, you learn things. You see, the greats that come before you, like whether it be Bob Marley or the Beatles or Dylan, and there's these artists who can boil down a year-long conversation, or they can boil down a 3-hour conversation down to a phrase, and that one phrase can say it better than we could ever try kind of talking about it. And that there's a real art form and craft in that, and something that I've been, I guess, honing in on more. And so for this album, I really wanted to make sure that it was all killer, no filler,